Hi, I'm Emily Yee, and I'm a licensed clinical social worker. I work with gifted teenagers and their families, and we've been talking about cognitive behavioral therapy and how it's helpful for depression and anxiety. Today, we're going to talk about visualization and how to use it to help with depression and specifically social anxiety. So if you want to jump in, we'll get started. Thoughts, feelings, behaviors. And the idea is that there's a triangle that connects our thoughts and our feelings and our behaviors. Okay, so when you were younger, you probably engaged in some kind of imaginational play. For girls, or for me, it was definitely pretending I was Mariah Carey, standing on stage singing "You'll Always Be My Baby" to a whole sold-out stadium and killing it. And if you're a 7-year-old boy, maybe you were pitching to your best friend and pretending it was the bottom of the inning and you were up against it, and then you were able to pitch a no-hitter. And so we use this imaginational play all the time when we're kids to create these scenarios that are high stakes, but we imagine ourselves being successful. And that's all visualization is. When we talk about imagining yourself doing the thing and doing it well, I want it to be like a playful experience, not like a boring therapy experience. So let's dive into how to make it fun. So what is visualization? Visualization is imagining and playing through the scenario intentionally in order to practice being successful. You have athletes, professionals of all kinds, performers, inspirational speakers, actors, actresses, all working at this, people in the professional field, anybody who struggles with that idea of maybe I don't really belong here, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. They, if they're smart, are utilizing visualization in order to help themselves feel more confident. The brain science behind visualization is that we want to create pathways in our brain that say, I can do this and I can be successful. If you're an anxious type of person who's always thinking about what could go wrong and how many different ways I could mess this up, then you've got pathways in your brain for all the different ways to fail. And visualization with this intention of rehearsal and confidence is going to build pathways of all the different ways you could be successful and the coping skills that you're going to use if you do come across something that might trip you up. If we imagine that social anxiety and depression are like two characters in your brain, and depression is like, why try? You're going to fail anyways. Don't do it. Let's just stay still and cozy in the bed. And social anxiety says, everybody's watching you and you're going to mess up. And it's just anticipating your public humiliation. This kind of visualization gives you the chance to potentially come up with like a magical tool or character that takes away the social anxiety and depression's power to predict the future. I like to pretend with my clients, like, what if you had an animal that was magical and would attack that other person or that other character that's telling you this bad thing's going to happen, and totally take them out of the game, and now you're able to do it with confidence. And so we'll bring in, this magical cat that can just shoot lasers out of his eyes, and anybody that says that something negative is going to happen just gets burned to a crisp. And now you're left to do the task and to do it with confidence and to be successful. And so we have the visualization, we face some of the negative thinking, the automatic thinking that can come up, but we imagine using this new coping school of this magical cat that can shoot lightning bolts out of its eyes. The whole point is that you get to experience what it's like to not have that nagging feeling and those nagging thoughts, and to do whatever it is that you're trying to do with confidence. And that builds a new pathway in your brain. Your brain can't tell the difference between what's real and what's imagined. And by creating this imaginary world where you don't have those obsessive and compulsive thoughts that you're going to fail or that everybody's watching you, is really important. You need that pathway in your brain in order to be successful. You might need to do a lot of mental rehearsing and feeling what it feels like to be successful before you can be successful in real life. So let's reconnect for a moment with that inner 7-year-old I want you to imagine that you're walking into a room and you're feeling fully confident. What would that feel like to walk into a room and just feel like you are okay? You're looking around, you're smiling, your head's up, your shoulders are back, you feel relaxed. You breathe in and out. Notice what it feels like to feel fully confident in a space that maybe used to make you feel anxious. Good job. Just doing that, just getting curious about what it would be like is the first step. So using this skill before you go into school, if you're a teen with social anxiety, taking a few breaths, imagining walking into the class feeling confident, see yourself doing it. What are you wearing? What does it feel like? Imagine saying hello to another student or to the teacher and them responding and handling it with ease. And spending that time creating the imagination and the pathway in your brain of seeing yourself doing it successfully before you go into the school in the morning. And if you try that experiment 5 times this week, notice if it's a little bit easier for you to breathe, if there's just a little bit less tension in your shoulders. And this brings us to noticing the little improvements and feeling excited about the changes that are happening in your brain slowly over time in the direction that you want to be going. To use this tool, if you're a teen with depression, let's think about what it would be like to do that tiny act that you know you should do. Getting up and brushing your teeth. Let's visualize that. You wake up or you get out of bed, you go and you put toothpaste on your toothbrush, you brush your teeth for 2 minutes, you rinse your mouth out, and it feels fresh and bright. You feel proud of yourself. You feel a little bit more confident and a little bit more put together. And it's all in your imagination, just visualizing it, just feeling it. Your brain doesn't know that it's not real, but you've created this pathway, and so now it's a little bit easier for your body to walk in that direction and do the thing that's going to help you out of your depression. So just to close up here, you don't have to wait until you're fully ready to do the thing that you're rehearsing in your brain. It's a rehearsal. How many times do you have to rehearse a musical before you get up and perform it? A lot. So this is all about starting where you are. If where you are is stuck, start in your mind, start in your imagination, go back to being a kid, play it up, be the winner, come up with whatever tool or character you need to in order to help you accomplish getting the thing done that you want to get done and doing it while you're feeling confident. And practice it as often as you need to until you get to where the pathway is cleared for you to take a step forward. So if you're loving this content, I would like for you to like and subscribe. And if you would like to meet for therapy, I would love to meet with you. My information is in the paragraph below, and you can click the link to find me. I'll talk to you soon.